Are you ready to be great? Stop letting self-doubt, insecurity, and fear prevent you from building your business. This morning, wake up to success. Here's John Preston.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up to Success. Today we're going to talk about something that can be sort of uncomfortable to talk about. The impact that our friends and family can have on our pursuit of greatness and our pursuit of success. Often, unwillingly or unknowingly, they will block our progress by telling us, oh, you shouldn't do that, or maybe you want to try something else, or I don't know if that's a good idea. Little things like that can absolutely shake your confidence when you're starting out a new business or when you're starting out a sales career. It doesn't take much to throw you offline, and the people around you can do it without even knowing they're doing it. And you'll hear it in certain ways. Maybe you would share with them your goals, and your goals are incredibly elaborate. And they'll say, now, I don't know, maybe you want to be a little more realistic, or are you sure you just don't want to get a job? There's a lot of jobs out there right now. And those kind of things are meant very innocently to protect you. But when you're trying to achieve something great, when you're trying to build a business, or you're trying to grow a sales operation to the point where you can achieve good things, you can make lots of wealth for your family, and you can build something, those kind of comments can destroy you. And don't take it personal if they don't believe in you. Because there's an old saying that says a prophet can never be so in his own country. And what that means is those folks who've known you all your life, they remember all the screw-ups you had in high school. They remember the times you didn't show up for class or the test you failed. And they will always remember you as that little kid. It's just natural. And you want to break free from that. So don't be surprised when they say things like that. You have to learn to block them out. Now, when people say things, it falls into two categories. First of all, they're trying to protect you, or sometimes protect themselves. And second, they really don't want you to succeed. And we'll talk about the first one first, because it's the one that you deal with often with your family. When you first share your new idea with your parents, they often will say, that's a great idea, but why don't you get a job and maybe you can make a little bit and pursue that over on the side. Now, what they're really saying is, I don't think you can do it, but I don't want you to be disappointed. So I'm going to try to discourage you from going down that path because I don't want you to feel failure. And we all know dealing with failure is part of any pathway to success. So those folks are trying to prepare you for failure so you don't feel disappointed. The second type of folks there that are trying to protect themselves. Now, maybe we have a loved one, maybe we have somebody that we share financial responsibility for, and they worry, and rightfully so. They worry that if your business doesn't take off, if your sales doesn't take off, they're going to end up carrying the financial load. And that's a real concern. So in that case, you need to share your vision with them, identify ways they can help you get there. But whatever you do, don't let that derail what you want to accomplish. Now, there's the other type of folks, your friends, usually not your family, but usually your friends, who will tell you you can't do that. Oh, you don't have the skills for that. Wow, nice dream. Those kind of little statements which just rip your soul apart as an entrepreneur and shake your self-confidence. Well, one of the things you have to realize is there are always people around you who don't want you to be successful. Because if you achieve success, it reminds them of all the ideas they had over the years and dreams they had that they never pursued. I used to hear all the time that you know who your friends are by who's around when times are rough. We've all seen that analogy out there. When things are going rough, your real friends show up. Well, the thing about it is that's really not true. It's easy to be around people when they're suffering because it lifts you up. You know that you see somebody that's in worse shape than you are. That's an easy thing to do. What I've grown to realize is the better judgment for who your real friends are the ones that are there when you start to have success. The ones who are there, they don't see you as having changed. You don't see them as having changed. Your relationship is still the same, regardless of the success you're having. How many times have you seen somebody make it, somebody break through and have some success beyond that they grew up on? And immediately you start seeing some of their friends of the past talk about how much they've changed. They've gotten uppity. Oh, he's not the same John Preston he used to be. Those kind of friends resent your success. And we all have them. And it's just human nature, because those are folks who wish they could have broken free and they never had the strength to do it. Do not let them sap your strength. Recognize those objections for what they are. They're not really anything to do with your chances of success or failure. It's just that they would rather you stay there. There is an analogy that's often used about this called the crab effect. And apparently, if you have a bucket full of crabs and they're all piled up in there, and one of the crabs tries to crawl out of the bucket and gets up to the top and is about ready to pull himself over and escape, the rest of the crabs will drag him down back into the bucket, because they just don't want him escaping when they don't have the strength to climb out themselves. And we see that very often. And it's a sad thing, because you hope that all of your friends would want you to be successful, but not all of them do. And understand that. On the other side of the coin, be that friend that wants their friends to be successful and cheers them on. Don't be one of the crabs in the bucket. Be the one that's escaping, or the one that helps push the other crab over the top. Those are the type of relationships you need in your life for you to be successful and bring those around you up with that success, because that's what you really want to get to. You want to break out. You want to have success that you never imagined possible. You want to believe you're capable of that. And the more you hear from other people who bring you down, the harder that is to achieve. So believe it. Recognize those people that are trying to hold you back, either through good intentions or bad, and take their opinion with a grain of salt. It doesn't matter what anyone else says about your chances of success. It only matters what you believe. And if you believe it, it'll happen.